Welcome back to SwitchCorner. Today we're going to be taking a look at the upcoming Nintendo Switch games over this next week, and as always I'm going to be making my choice picks, the ones that catch my attention, because as usual there's just a ton joining the library. It's somewhere in the region of 40 games, so if I do miss anything that you think I should be checking out, let me know in the comments down below. With that though, hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we all do here, join our growing family, and let's get started. So first up we get Anshi, and this is one I'll be checking out reviews on because the concept has me intrigued. Here you find yourself on a hoverboard exploring an ancient world, and it seems we have a heavy focus on deserts and ruins. Setting out though, we have a companion in the form of an energy being, and it's your goal to basically figure out what happened to this world. To me it seems this was influenced by Journey, that relaxing pace, it just piques my curiosity, and the trailer it did enough to definitely get that attention. Dry Drowning now, and it's a visual novel, a genre I'm personally extremely picky with. The idea though, a dystopian futuristic city where you play as a detective, you're on the hunt for a serial killer that's inspired with their actions, at least by Greek mythology. I like the setting, I like the sound of the adult story, and reviews they are relatively decent on other consoles where it did already release. It also seems it's not just reading but investigation too as well. I'm just now curious to see if it can justify the relatively high price points. Talking about high price points, so Taxi Chaos on paper sounds incredible. It's Crazy Taxi essentially, something I've wanted to see myself return for years, but it is a clone, meaning no guarantee of quality, and that price, I'm just curious now to see if it can deliver. Explore here though New Yellow City, pick up different fares, drop them off. That is any way possible as well, whether that's smashing through everything in sight, or even utilizing the jump mechanic, which definitely adds for some different approach to shortcuts. I'm excited for this one and nervous at the same time. The big one for me personally this week, it's gotta be Curse of the Dead Gods. That may surprise a fair few of you, there's a fair few heavy hitters coming up this week, but I just love the look of it. It seems to bring together Hades-like combat and roguelike progression with Darkest Dungeon almost visuals. Expect here tons of weapons, curses that actually impact your run in different ways, a variety of enemies, and what appears to be a very gothic world to explore. Really excited for this one, and it was in early access elsewhere, and it received pretty high praise amongst the reviews I have seen. I'll be reviewing this one though on the channel, and on Tuesday you can expect to find us streaming this on Twitch. I'll keep this next one quick then. Persona 5 Strikers, we covered it last week as it did have a 4-day early access for the deluxe purchasers, but this official release now arrives this week, and it does just an incredible job of combining this universe, this cast of characters with the Warriors-like gameplay. The highlight for me, the heavy focus on story, but that will not be for everyone. I've reviewed it already though on the channel, and I will link that video in the pinned comment down below. Team 17 then, they are back with Rogue Heroes Ruin of Tasos. There's some hype building around this one, and if you are curious, there is a demo available right now, so maybe check that out first before you drop the cash. This one though, it's basically dungeon crawler, so think a whole lot of weapons and combat. Then there's going to be RPG-like systems and loot, and then of course it also supports local and online play for up to 4 players. Set out though here and save the day from a dark evil. Hopefully the one thing I will say is they get the procedural generation just right. That is my only concern with this one. Littlewood next, and this has been delayed for all regions, it seems, outside of North America this week. Naturally though, region hop if you want it as soon as possible. A job sim for the most part though. The idea here is the world's already been saved, now it's time to kind of build, so think it's going to be combining elements like farm sim, day-to-day life, and then building and layout of this town. For me it screams it's built for the Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley fans of the world, and there's multiple locations to explore, a great pixel style, and I'm excited to check it out given the fact it's out on Steam with well over 3,000 overwhelmingly positive reviews. Hellpoint now, and this is a Souls-like with a futuristic vibe. It released elsewhere already, and for the most part I will say it received relatively average reviews. That said, Tiny Build Games, they released a Switch gameplay trailer. You are seeing that right now on screen, and it looks seriously impressive. I'll be jumping into this one for sure. I'm a sucker for the Souls-like genre, and it seems it has all the right ideas, so tons of weapons, creepy ass enemies, a black hole that triggers dynamic offense, and even local and online 2-player support. Uncover the offense though that led to this space station being overrun by evil, and no doubt it's gonna be hard as hell. I'll be reviewing this one on the channel and we'll be covering it on Twitch on Thursday at release. Forward to the Sky, and my initial impression was this old school style action adventure. Here you want to be the hero, taking down a witch that resides in a tower that floats in the sky. I like that visual style, that old school look. The concept sounded solid. There's even multiple difficulties and game modes. But then I checked out Steam. In the US, it's actually $8 on Steam compared to $48 on the Switch. So either this is a whole lot of extra content, or they're just kind of marking this up an incredible amount. I wanted to put that warning out there though, reviews are positive on Steam, but honestly, it's a lot easier to be positive at $8 versus the $48 we're seeing right now. Keeping this quick, but there's a couple of visual novels dropping this week too. Steam Prison, that's an incredibly high price point, this one, but it seems well loved. And then Code Realize Wintertide Miracles, both as far as I know are like romance visual novels, or at least as far as I'm aware. But if that's the genre for you, maybe take a look, because they are both, or at least it seems to be, they're both well respected. Capcom then with Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection, taking cues from both Ghosts and Goblins and Ghouls and Ghosts. This isn't just a remake but actually a reimagining. One thing I can guarantee is it's going to be difficult as hell. I'm excited though here to see Arthur's skill set, and I'm looking forward to just getting my ass absolutely kicked. My only issue, I'm not a fan of the art style honestly, or at least not yet, but it's still going to be a day one buy for me, there is no doubt about it. Clocker then is a budget option that's so cheap I'll probably just go day one honestly. I might even be able to use gold points for it. It released elsewhere and on Steam the reviews are mostly positive, and it seems to basically be a short puzzle experience where you can control time. I love that visual style. It's a story of two characters though, and you'll be playing as either the father and daughter. There's no real detail on the story with this one, but I think that's probably going to be the best way to go in, you know, kind of go into it blind. Dotori now, and I'm actually really curious about this one as well, so I will be checking it out day one, but I'll be checking out reviews first. The launch day discount, it's not quite enough to tempt me to take the risk. Fortunately as well, that sale is on well after release. It actually expires March the 3rd. It seems to be a fast-paced platformer with some minor puzzles, and I'm kind of getting that Super Meat Boy vibe here, so yeah, I'm expecting basically it to be seriously challenging. Love the visuals though, it looks really clean, and here you'll be Rico the squirrel out to save your sister who was kidnapped. Hopefully we see some day one reviews to check out, and then I can decide if I want to make the jump in. Our penultimate game then, it's Dungeons and Bombs. It's another budget option from Pigeon Dev Games. They make games with that heavy retro focus, think CRT screen filters and the like. They previously released the awesome P games, Bucket Knight, Explosive Jake, a few others. I don't think it's going to change the gaming landscape honestly, but it sounds like a fun little puzzle ride where you basically need to save your princess with a beard. This though, it has a skill set reminiscent of Bomberman though, and yeah, it sounds interesting and it sounds like it's got some serious challenge behind it. So our final game of the week then, that is Bravely Default 2, and for many this is going to be, you know, the big one of the week, and understandably so. The original release on the 3DS and its sequel, they were stunning, and like most, I'm now psyched to check this one out. It's had a demo though available on the eShop for some time now, so I would say go check that out first before you do spend any like cash. I've liked everything about it so far though honestly. The world seems interesting, the visuals, almost that chibi style they grew on me, and I just can't wait to dive into this adventure which seems to have a whole lot of like mechanics and depth to it. I will be a day one buyer like many of you, and hopefully it can live up to the origins of the series. And that is it for the week. You can expect a ton of reviews and videos from me all week this week on the channel. Then over on Twitch, this is how Corey is currently looking for the streaming schedule. He's going to be checking out basically all new games each and every week, those games you're thinking about spending your cash on. If you haven't checked that out already, it is in the pinned comment down below. With that then, a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. If you do want to check that out for yourself, I have linked it in the video description down below. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.